Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Bobby Cast. Today we're going to be joined by the one, the only, the bald phenom himself, Maven. And in honor of that, I am going to be the Maven to Maven's Maven. Or the Maven. We're going to go ahead and hop into the action. And here we see Maven dropping into hospital. Pretty heavily contested. This is not going to be an easy landing. Does manage to get some money right there. And there's a chest. Oh, absolute beauty. Gets the QBZ. He's ready to fry. He's going to go ahead, situate himself. They have no idea where he is, but he manages to get away alive. Not looking good for the opposing player. He's on the inside, but he's got a shotgun. Maven was not prepared, and right to the face. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the highlights for today's episode.
Cut the whole thing. Cut the whole thing. No, you don't understand. I went to snipe him, and then somehow hit a button that like pulled the map, and then I couldn't even see what I was doing, and then I was dead. I'm a pretty confident guy. That tore me down to my core from my confidence perspective. Just trust me. Get rid of it sooner than later. My ideal death is just dying on camera.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
You know?
I might die.
Or like the league, like when stuff goes wrong, like I think people actually think I'm the commissioner.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the Eggman himself, Maven.
I do look a lot like an egg.
but a beautiful egg, you know? Like not one of those lopsided weird eggs, you know?
I appreciate that. That makes me feel better about it, Bobby.
All right, so obviously as a casting icon, you could probably give a lot of advice. What would you say is the number one most important thing when it comes to casting?
This is gonna seem a wee bit silly. And maybe too basic, but the number one thing for me without question is the commentary duo and each commentator, they have to be having fun and enjoying themselves. I know that sounds silly, but like when you are really having a good time commentating, like I feel like it's contagious. It comes through. The viewer sees you're having fun and they're having fun. I've just watched people commentate that are, I don't want to say like robotic, but like, I don't know, they might have gone to school for broadcasting and like they have these notes they want to hit, and the way they want to say things. But I just feel like when you're really enjoying yourself and you can see the passion there, it resonates with the viewer 100%.
Yeah, 100% agree. That is perfect advice, I would say. So when it comes to casting, how would you really describe your style, and what do you say makes you unique from other casters?
I guess the way I describe it, I mean, I'm the play-by-play commentator, so I'm kind of the storyteller, you know, painting the picture for somebody that's watching it. I think what separates me, I think I am quite good when it comes to the hype side of things, because I've watched. This is something that took me a long time to learn when it comes to hyping up plays, because when I first started and I saw a lot of commentators, they hyped every single moment. They just felt like they had to be hyped at all times. Hype, hype, hype. You learn with time, you have to pick your spots. You got to hype the plays that really matter. And I think my love for the game does that, because now I'm just hyped when it actually hypes me up. It doesn't feel forced. It feels very natural. And I think I found a really good place with that. I think that's one of the big things. And I'm probably just a lot goofier than your like lead commentators, which has its positives and negatives. People love it or they hate it, but somehow I'm still here.
Well, we are about to hop into things. I wanted to give you a loadout. I think you should have all the guns unlocked. I don't know if you have XP cards to actually level up the guns. Do you have any idea?
Oh, we're gonna find out. It's gonna be great. Right. Okay, all right. This is what we got right now, because this is basically all I can choose. All right, so we have the KN44. For the muzzle, it'll be light suppressor. For the barrel, the marksman, optic, I just did red dot, and then the strike foregrip and the 44 extended mag.
I think you can do more here than you think that you can. I think a lot of your Warzone experience is going to translate through.
I hope so. I hope so.
Okay. And then as far as like your play style,
I didn't save the loadout. I am not good.
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
I can do it fast. I can do it fast.
Yeah, you got it. I think a lot of your Warzone experience is going to translate through.
I hope so. I hope so.
As far as your Battle Royale style goes, how would you describe it so I can try to recommend for you a class that you should use?
Basically what I am for the team. So when I play BRs, I am the worst player. I mean, I'm much better than the average player, but I play with like former world champion level Call of Duty players. So I am the potato of the group. So I like to see myself as like sniper support. You know, I'm always the one getting my teammates back, buying them back. I'll be the guy with like 6,000 damage and 8 kills, where someone on my team has 6,000 damage and 20 kills. Like I you know, I'm a support player, and I hit the nasty snipes. Bah! That was me sniping somebody.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Totally. Totally. We'll hop into a duos, and if things are too easy, then we can hop into a duo over squads and get even more kills.
It really depends on how good you are. Because I mean,
well, then I guess we should probably stay in duos.
Of all the millions of people that have played Warzone, let's say it's like whatever 100 million people, I am 120th in overall wins. So I've been carried to that point.
Okay.
You're expected to basically be that carry now. So it shouldn't really matter how good I am.
So you're expecting me to be like the COD Mobile equivalent of a CDL champion?
Yes.
Okay. I will do my best, but that seems like a pretty high expectation. On a scale from 1 to 10, how much do I look like you?
In real life or in this?
No, in this.
I think it looks like it's like a 10. Are you me? Am I you?
I mean, it's tough to say. You kind of look like just a bot, but... Stare into the camera. Maven lookalike contest. Go.
I'm good looking. I am. Holy gosh.
There's probably going to be a lot of people here, but that is A-okay. Okay.
Line them up.
All right, growing up.
I already managed to drop on you. I'm pretty good. Oh, right. No, I should. Nope, I didn't do. Oh, nope, I'm in the trees.
You're chilling. I think I'm the only one here.
Yeah, I spoke too soon. I'm gonna go loot this lovely looking neighborhood.
Growing up, what games got you most excited about gaming?
First game that really did it for me, weirdly, considering my job and stuff, was Final Fantasy VII. I just remember I played at a friend's house. I wasn't allowed to own a game system.
Oh, me too.
My parents were very strict, and they were very anti gaming. They wanted me to go outside and climb trees and crap. But
sounds like we had very similar upbringings, because I was never the only game system I ever had was I think like a Game Boy up until I was like 16 or something. So I resonate. Yep. Actually, my parents would let me play any PC games, but console games, they're just like, no. It's like, okay.
I think there's someone stomping around on me.
All right. I'm flying down to you. Oh yeah.
What's up? What's up?
Trust the process. There we go.
Oh, I'm getting smoked. Finesse.
Okay.
Finesse.
I'm coming.
Oh, finesse.
Are you gonna kill him, or do you need help?
This guy's getting work. Don't you worry.
It's just been a long time, so I'm a little bit concerned.
He's getting worked.
There we go.
Oh wait, I kind of lied. Oh, okay, I'm coming. The first thing they let me get, so my parents were strict, and they're very religious, and they let me get a Game Boy at one point. I'll never forget. The only game they let me get was something called like Moses or Exodus or something. It was some Bible game, but I remember it was awesome. I played the hell out of it.
What part of gaming led to you wanting to start casting?
Well, oh, there's people. I got smoked. I'm okay.
Oh, there's somebody on me as well.
I'm giving the wiggles.
Wait.
Oh my god, my movement is impeccable.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
You know?
I might die.
I'm coming.
To a less than optimal player. I am trying to quick soap. Oh, there we go. Okay.
So I went to my first MLG event was in 2004. So we're going back. 2004 Seattle. Okay. I was playing Halo CE. I thought I was really good. I was destroying everyone in high school and college. I started watching like the ogres and pros online. And then I found my first event and went to it, and that's how I met a lot of the guys. Oh, I'm in the storm. So I went to that first event, really fell in love with the entire gaming world. Like met, some of the OGs and Sundance and Puckett, Adam Apicella, and all those guys. And ended up going to college, kind of stopped focusing on that world. Once I was done, I met, I think Halo 4 came out, and my buddy Gandhi, who was a former Halo pro, we started streaming Halo together. We just started streaming, thought it'd be fun. That's when it was first kind of blowing up. And there was, I guess, an event around the corner, and people loved our streams. Like, you guys should cast this. I was like, oh yeah? Next thing I know, we were casting an event, and then I fell in love with it. I don't even know, dude. It was a blur. It just sort of happened. Like it was like a span of a couple days. I wasn't streaming, then I was streaming. Next thing I know, I was casting. It was very odd.
How did your first time casting go? Like, were you a natural? Was it terrible? Did you think you were good? Did other people think you were good?
I think it was very well received for my first time, and I think I did do well because I am a natural for it. Like, it's always, I think casting is a hard thing to do if you've never done it before, but I don't know, I've always kind of been good at talking, so I found it kind of natural. But what made it hard, and the reason I struggled a bit, is the first time I had to cast with Walshy, who was one of the greatest Halo players of all time. I mean, he was like my idol. Oh, I'm trying to get in the car. Wait, now I'm on a bike. How do I get out of this
No,
thing?
you're on a snowboard right now.
Get me in the car.
There we go. All right, we'll survive. You probably need to heal, just FYI.
And this was someone that I looked up to like my entire, like all through high school and college. Like he was like my hero. He was like the best Halo player. So I had to cast with him. And honestly, that was one of the only times that I've been casting where I've been legitimately nervous. And I just said a couple things that were stupid and like asked him a couple dumb questions and felt like an idiot. But overall, like the flow of it went well. It went well. I was happy with it. But yeah, I was just nervous, man. He was a god.
How did you manage to make casting a full-time career?
Well, I actually, my first job was at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, which it was actually a crazy job. You don't, many don't know this. You have to have a college degree to work there, and it is insane. Like it is. I was working like 80-hour weeks. It's an insane job. But I had this buddy Zach who was always telling me to get into this line of work ever since I went to my first event. And like I just kind of ignored him. You know, it wasn't all that big, and I didn't know how to get involved. And finally, he's like, just go ahead and do it. Just make the leap of faith. I took a job. Gandhi got offered basically $0, just free rent to go be a content creator in like middle of nowhere near St. Louis. And he's like, why don't you come with me and do this? I was $20,000 in debt on my credit card. I was $80,000 in debt with student loans. I didn't have a penny. I quit my job. I packed all my stuff in my 98 Toyota Camry and I drove and moved there with him.
All right.
We started doing the content creation. MLG ended up having us start doing the league for them a little bit. Then from there, I mean, I moved to Atlanta, California, New York, now Texas, just traveling around making this thing work. But it was interesting, that's for sure.
What does your family think about you casting for a living?
So that was actually a really great thing because they basically thought, like I said, games were kind of the devil. Didn't want me playing games. Games were a waste of time.
There's people here. There's people here.
Games that. When I ended up getting a career in it and showed them my first paycheck, that was kind of glorious.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, no!
Okay.
What did I just do? What did I just do?
Oh, I'm weak. Oh, no! Peter, cut that.
Cut the whole thing. No, you don't understand. I went to snipe him and then somehow hit a button that like pulled to the map and then I couldn't even see what I was doing and I was dead.
It's all right. That was the warm up, you know?
Can we get a replay?
You know what?
That is the single worst thing I've ever done. Oh God, I hope they don't show what just happened. I literally went from trying to snap and snipe someone to like in the menus.
I think a lot of your Warzone experience is going to translate through.
I hope so. I hope so.
All right, good warm-up game. Now we're gonna drop 50 kills.
You know, it's, as a piece of advice, just anyone watching, if you're at the age where you might be starting to go bald, if you're like me, I really struggle with it. Honestly, I'm a pretty confident guy. That tore me down to my core from a confidence perspective. Just trust me. Get rid of it sooner than later. Don't hang on to little scraps on your head. It looks horrible. You might think it looks all right and you're like saving something. It doesn't. Just buzz it down or shave your head.
Are there any videos I could go back and watch of you casting with hair?
Casted for years with the worst hair in the world. I cannot believe that I actually became on-air talent with how I looked. It was horrible. Like, I looked so much better bald. Still like a 5 out of 10, but I was like a 2.
What was the last game that you casted with hair? Who has been your biggest supporter in your journey as a caster?
Yeah, I kind of want to say my buddy Zach, just because he's the one that told me to take the leap of faith. I went to high school and college with him. He's a complete idiot like myself, but he was the one that really pushed me to do it, and I appreciate that. He's always just been there, just a fan of the league, follows it, always hits me up to talk about stuff, even though we don't live near each other anymore and don't hang out as much, but that's what stands out because he's kind of made me make the leap of faith. But if you mean for more professional side, probably Courage, like Jack, like he was huge for me, always supportive, helping me get better. That guy's one of those talented people I've ever known.
When did you guys start casting together?
So Black Ops 3, we had 2 pairs, myself and Mr. X, and then Jack and Revan. And I think by the end of the year, I was with Jack because I just realized how talented he was, and I was like, we will be so good together. And we were not a natural pairing, and that we both were kind of similar, and it took some work, but we had a lot of fun, I'll tell you that much.
Would you say that casting is an art form, or is there science to it?
Probably more an art form. I mean, I do think Well, probably like most things, a mix of both. I do think, you can learn a lot from going to school and getting guidance. I've worked with Gus Ramsey, who's a former talent trainer from ESPN, and he was super helpful in me learning a lot of ways to do things better. But I guess I feel like for me, what a lot of it's just like kind of natural charisma, I think, that helps me a lot. Which then kind of falls a little bit more under, I guess that falls a little bit more under like art form for me. Even though it feels weird to say that. But yeah, what I do is an art. You know how I know?
How?
This is the Esports Broadcaster of the Year award. Don't ignore that it's very dirty. I need to take better care of this thing.
What are your thoughts on mobile gaming, given your experience with more traditional sides of gaming?
At first, I was not real huge into mobile gaming because I don't know. I grew up playing on console and PC. If I wanted to play something in bed, I had a Switch. I just didn't really play on my phone much. What really changed it for me was like the past couple of years. I think COD Mobile is the first game to really get a shooter right, from what I've experienced. This is like incredible quality. What in the world? I didn't know this was possible. Who shot me in the back? Because you're about to get smoked.
I die here. Wait, I'm gonna die? I'm gonna die?
No, I smoked my guy.
Okay.
Are you dead?
Yeah, no, I'm chilling, but that was kind of embarrassing because...
This guy's on my loadout. Where's he going?
There we go. Oh, somebody else just scanned.
Where is the... How do I get it? Sorry, I've never actually done that.
So there should be like a drop-down menu with all your different loadouts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, somebody else is here?
More steps.
All right.
I really like how clear the footstep audio is in this. I don't even have my volume that high, and I can hear it so well.
Honestly, it's probably better for Doc that he and Ferg played in COD Mobile instead of in Warzone, because it was probably more to his advantage with how good the audio is.
No, yeah, like I heard those guys so clearly coming around. I thought it was you at first, but
you can be honest here. If it's not very much, that's okay. How much COD Mobile have you played?
I'll be blunt, just not a ton. I'll dabble in it every now and then. I've played it over stretches where I've had content around it, like whether it's for something like this or casting or different stuff with the CDL, but not a ton. And I think the main thing that it comes down to is I stream a lot, and I play Warzone for 12 hours, and I rarely then want to play more COD after. It's the main thing it comes down to. A lot of times when I play this, but when I'm traveling, at the airport, stuff like that, where my phone's a great option. But yeah, that's the main thing. I'm usually streaming all day, and that's not usually what I then want to relax to. Because when you're playing Call of Duty, you gotta be twisted, man. You gotta be locked in, ready to fry.
True. There's more people here, just FYI. That one guy definitely had a duo. I would not recommend this loadout because I believe this suppressor actually decreases the range on the gun, so it's taking me a solid year to kill anybody.
Oh, the KN I have?
Yeah. What's something about the COD Mobile community that you would say is different from the CDL community?
It's just new, right? I feel like the regular COD Esports is far more established. It's been around for a decade. I'm kind of watching you guys go through some of the amazing moments and the growing pains that I experienced 7 years ago. Like, there's just... I saw you tweeting the other day about going back and forth about format. Just, trying to learn the best way to do things. And just seeing feedback from players and fans, it just feels it takes me back in time a little bit, I guess. Not in a bad way. It's just like, it's pretty new, right? Like, it's been going on for what, like a year now?
Yeah, I think we're getting close to 2 years right now, but
close
yeah.
To 2, but it's still like in its infancy, right? And
yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to, there's a guy pushed me over here. What are you doing? Dude, what are you talking about? This KN is incredible. I just obliterated that guy. Art, do you know how to aim?
Okay, well, to be fair, I'm shooting at the real people right now, so that's kind of what I'm focused on.
Smoked? I am so talented, it's unbelievable.
Okay. Speaking of the community, what would be your top 3 tips and tricks for people that want to get into casting?
First, be yourself. I see a lot of commentators that come into it, they try to mimic a commentator they've watched. It doesn't feel natural. You need to have your own thing, your own personality, your own strengths. Other thing is finding a duo. I think that's one of the most important things. I've been blessed with some incredible duos in my time. Having someone that you trust and you can work to get better with is it is so important. I remember when I first started, I was casting with someone different all the time. It's hard to grow that dynamic when that's the case. Third would probably be listen to the feedback of your peers and not morons on Reddit and Twitter. If I listened to every single piece of advice I'd gotten over the years, I'd be a horrendous commentator. You'll get some good notes. You know, it's helpful if, you know, there's a word I'm repeating a lot. And, you know, if there's something that comes through a lot, you can tell maybe somebody I need to work on. But for the most part, just ignore that crap. It's a lot of negative stuff you don't need to listen to. Filter through it.
Yeah, I would say I would agree with that. Most of the time, Twitter feedback is not helpful. But if there is a word that you're saying, like, 10 times every sentence, that's usually a pretty easy way to get feedback on that.
Yeah, that's one that's helped me in the past, because that's actually one of the hardest things for me. Like, since I've been commentating so long, if it's like not a really good match and I'm not as like locked in, I get in this like repetitive mode where I just say like my go-to things or repeat myself a lot. So it's just something you have to like kind of always work on. Are there more on you?
I killed him.
I'm gonna be honest with you, this game is incredible. Like, I know we've been chatting the whole time, and I still am very bad, but it is very, very good.
All right, we're still chilling. Did any of the people that you chased down have like cool skins or anything?
A couple.
Okay, well then you might have already taken care of them.
I mean, there were a couple that I assume were bots because they were like default skins, but there were several that were different skins.
In regards to casting, is there anything you would have done differently if you had the chance?
Not really. You know, I can't think of anything major that I would have changed. I bet a lot of people feel this way. I've sort of just like stumbled through life and somehow stuff has worked out. Like, I feel like I never know what I'm doing or making the right decisions, but I just sort of get to the next spot. I don't think I'd change anything because I've ended up where I am. You know, I have an incredible commentary partner. I think we were one of the best commentary duos in all of esports. I won a freaking award. Why would I change things? I mean, life's pretty good.
Given you saying that, loving your job doing commentary and everything else, is that what you see yourself doing in 5 years?
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, I've thought about it. I found some success on the personal stream side, and it's at the point where, like, sort of know if I put my all into it, I could probably grow it quite a bit, but I really love to commentate, so I want to do it as long as they'll have me, as long as it makes sense financially. I want to cast as long as I can, put it that way. I would love to cast and stream and do it all forever, honestly.
Yeah.
My ideal death, I've said this on broadcast, my ideal death is just dying on camera. Like, I'm just hyping up a moment. I'm like 68, my heart gives. Like, it's like I'm cast like Formal's kid, like, at the hard point, I just die. That's how I want to go.
Yeah, I think that's an awesome way to do it. That is the last player in the lobby.
Hey, we won!
We get the win! Yeah, I think that's one of the really cool things about casting is there's no like age limit on it. Like, I think in regards to like Call of Duty professionals, they compared to most other careers retire really early. Like, most people don't go past 27, 28. Even like compared to regular sports, that's a relatively shorter career. But you see, I think there's an NBA guy that retired just this year at like 77 or something. He'd been casting for his entire life. So
and that's what I hope is true. We just don't know. Like, esports, even though it feels like it's been around a while, it's still in its infancy compared to like regular sports, right? And I guess I just worry sometimes because it's more about the viewers, right? And like the viewers of a regular football game, the demographic, you know, whatever it is, the 18 to 65, like, it skews older, right? Like, there's a lot more older people that watch that. For our current esports model, it's far more younger people. But I think, you know, generation by generation, that is going to skew higher and higher because, you know, I mean, when I'm 50, I'm still be playing games. My dad's certainly not. So I think my dog's visiting. Hi, buddy. I think as we get later, that'll skew up. But yeah, I've always just been worried, like, when I'm 45, 50, can I cast this if the average viewer is 20? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But I hope so, because I'd love to.
Before we close it out, I got one more question for you. What is the one thing that you get asked all the time that makes you the most angry?
This is the thing about Call of Duty, and I understand it because you know, in a way, I'm like the face of the broadcast. But the number of questions I get about like tech issues and stuff, like I am controlling the broadcast, or like the league, like when stuff goes wrong, like I think people actually think I'm the commissioner. Like, I get asked everything. It's not one question, it's like thousands. I don't control it all. I didn't make Call of Duty. I didn't make the league.
Like, Maven, why aren't the servers working?
No, literally, I will get tweeted that. I'm like, well, I don't know.
Well, that's gonna wrap up our episode. If you guys want me and Maven to be the official casting duo for Call of Duty Mobile, make sure to drop a like on the video. If you guys want to see more Battle Royale content, definitely make sure to click the link somewhere up here. We dropped into some games with Kyle and Yanrick and had a blast with it. Make sure to subscribe to the COD Mobile Esports channel for more content just like this, and make sure to check out the past episodes as well. Thank you to Maven for joining us, and we'll see you guys in the next one.